It's deep. It's dark. It's the deep darkness. Oh wait, no, this is the Castor Wilds, different game. Welcome back to Minish Cap. I'm not at the Tiki statues because I forgot one thing. This guy. He's just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. How's he making sales out here? Well, he does have a Kinstone fusion, but he's also selling arrows, which I don't really need. I'm pretty good. But instead, I'm going to Kinstone fuse with you for free. You're getting something out of this too, don't worry. He'll probably make tons of sales after I leave. And that opens up a tree. I believe it's out in the Minish Woods, where the rest of these fusions are that I don't have. Yep, that's exactly right. The one tree that's different in the entire woods had something in it. Who would have known? Sadly, it's just another Deku scrub thing. Deku salesman, and he tries to sell you something. And you don't really need it. I'll go and check out what it is later, because I can't remember. But he's up in the top part of the section. Let me just check out the map. Yeah, he's right there. All I had to do was go left, and I would have got him. But I was more worried about finding golden kinstones and listening to some pretty good music. At least it ain't the overworld music, which is actually getting me some trouble on YouTube. There's a company, it's not Nintendo, it's not the composer for this game, it's just some companies are content IDing it because it sounds very similar to something they have on file. And this is not the first time they've done it. They've been targeting like band covers for music that they have, so it's not a legitimate thing, so don't panic. I have my disputes in, so I'm sure YouTube will take care of it eventually. But we're gonna have to fuse with these guys. Mysterious statues. They only take golden kinstones as payment. They're kind of like the guys that jump out at you on Legends of the Hidden Temple. Except they open secrets instead of trying to arrest you in weird ways. But they're gonna take all these weirdly shaped kinstone pieces. It's like they thought kinstone was gonna be a fad or something, that they made it part of their puzzles. Look how happy they are now. You're gonna be happy too once I give you this jaggedy piece. Speaking of jaggedy red piece, I have one there. I got it from the Goron salesman. Just in case I need to do more fusion with that ancient guy. With the Sheikah guy. And that opens this place. The Wind Ruins. Surely we'll find something windy in here. Like the wind element. Also, I see that secret wall. I want that secret wall. You can't keep me from this secret wall. I kinda wish I could explode bombs on demand, but that'll never happen. Anyway, that's just a blue kinstone piece. I'm probably gonna need all the blues I can get. Also, we got the Armas guys. The Armas Knights are back. And they're going to reactivate themselves and try to murder me. Also, they have a lot of knockback for hitting them. Usually, normal-sized enemies like those levers, I can knock them back. No, it's the other way around. Now, this is a problem. This is indeed a problem. This guy is not activated. And we have a Minish hole. So I need to minify myself, and maybe the Minish could tell me more about these Armas Knights. I think they're the Knights, aren't they? Armas statues are the big things in an eyeball, right? Yet that machine out there, it was built by Minish. Everything's built by Minish. Surprisingly, even the buildings are built by Minish. But there's a switch inside them. And I have a red kinstone piece. I just robbed you. I hope you don't mind. You don't even have a fusion for me anyway. These Minish people are holding out. But that meant go inside, activate it, and then murder it when you're in normal form. It's the only way to get some of these guys out of the way. Also, I have my notepad with me this time, so I don't get lost as easily. We have a dungeon coming up, which means we're going to have new things besides the Legend of Zelda music going on. Also, just in case I ever need to come back here, shortcuts are always welcome. There's probably going to be some kinstone fusions, like chests in here somewhere. Because it's a new area. I haven't done a roll attack in a while. That thing. Not really much called for when you have very mobile enemies. Also, kinstone pieces. Now, I see Minish vines right over there. Those two Minish vines. But there's nothing to shrink. Except we have exploding statues all over the place. Also, that's another beanstalk location, so there's a beanstalk here too. That means eventually a fusion's gonna activate that. And it'll probably lead to another heart piece or something. Ah, this is what I need. Now I can minify myself and backtrack a little bit. It's all for a good cause, though. I kind of like this, though. You have to be a little aware of your surroundings to find these vines. They're very subtle in all of this ruins. And we're taking this vine right here. So we could go in here. You can barely see it because of the heart pieces in the way. But inside here is a little mini dungeon. Little Minish mini dungeon. That sounds redundant, doesn't it? Mini dungeon? And you have to be small. And it's filled with pestos, because that's the only enemy they think is going to be Minish-sized. Even though if you see a pesto in the overworld, they're like 5 times bigger than the pestos here. Figure that one out. Yeah, more heart pieces! I have 3 of them now. There's probably going to be a heart piece in the next dungeon somewhere, and that'll bring us up to an even 10. Sadly, I gotta go backwards through this thing now. I hate these kind of puzzles where I have to backtrack for no reason, just to get out of it so I can do something else with my day. I wish I could just teleport out when I grab the treasure. It's like, yay, you won! You know, you can go back. You don't need to do it backwards now. So silly. Okay, now I have to stay Minish, but that's gonna cause some problems with some snakes. Because I'm pretty sure snakes dying on Minish. Or I could just do this. I'm being stealthy! It's Stealth Link. Alright, I have to activate this thing. And then I have to go back all the way again, as Minish. Even if I could cut the grass, there's actually really no point, because the grass is going to regrow when I change screens anyway. Alright, there we go. I showed off some of my sneaking prowess. I could get by snakes as a Minish person. And now I'll murder them as a regular person. Death to the snakes! Stab them till they die. Also this thing, stab it till it dies. Bracing yourself against the rock is a pretty good idea. And these Tektites, I'm murdering them. I left the golden Tektites standing back on Mount Cornell because I just don't want to deal with that thing. That's just way too fast and has way too much health for me. I'll get it when I'm desperate. Hey, where are you going? Hey, get back here! Fight me, darn it! That's not how we solve this puzzle. Instead, I'm going to activate these guys and destroy them. Because it looks like they might solve a puzzle or something. Like, make that guy come out and go, hey, you just killed my friends! I'm gonna make him feel bad. That's what he gets for blocking ways. Actually, that makes those statues explode with no sound. You just poof into logic. Or maybe treasure. Rupees and shells. That's usually what they throw at us anymore. I am perfectly hidden now. He cannot see me. I will use my stealth to my advantage. And turn him off. Man, these Minish are kind of like the Sheikah in this game, aren't they? They built these giant robot things for some reason. So pretty much we have a Breath of a Wild thing going on here. The Minish are the Sheikah, those guys are the Guardians. Except they don't shoot laser beams at me. You know what? I'm letting it sit there. I have way too many of them anyway, and it stops the game for me to pick them up. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Also, I need to be killing all of these ropes. And also there's some, yeah, rock dudes here, too. Gotta kill everything! They demand it. The ancients demand blood. Snake blood for the snake god. Yeah, we had to destroy those statues, too. And finally, we've made it to the dungeon. And if we ever needed to backtrack, we could go off that end. But I'm not doing that. Welcome to the Fortress of the Winds! This is probably where the wind element is being kept. This is another big, mazy type of dungeon that, if you take the wrong entrance, you're gonna feel foolish. Me, I'm going in this entrance, because I am not foolish. These ruins were hidden in the cliff this whole time. There's gonna be traps in here. Of course, it's a Zelda dungeon. What Zelda dungeon doesn't have traps? Seriously, Ezlo's being silly now. Also, there's skeletons! Yeah, I'll tell you what, this place doesn't look very windy. I know we just got here and everything, but I saw lots of dirt and skeletons and bats. That doesn't scream win to me. I've seen this puzzle many times before. Shoot the eyeball. Stop spying on me. That's been placed there by the government. They're watching me do Zelda puzzles. And we got skeletons. Kill them with a spin attack. Kill them all with a spin attack. Stop saving your buddy from the spin attack. Get over here. Jump at me. I wasn't expecting that time. I didn't know he was going to acquiesce to my request. But we just got ambushed by skeletons. That's pretty standard fare. I know it's you. I'm wary. I'm wary of all these likes now ever since that last incident. Like that red rupee over there. That's totally a like. Ah! And there's lightning! That's a spark enemy. So you know what that means, right? That means I could boomerang it for a free fairy. Get back here. Yes, free fairy. And I'm gonna bottle her up. I don't think there's many things you can need to put in bottles in this game. Mostly potions and fairies and that Pika Light stuff. But there is one specific item you really want in your bottles because they really help you out. Especially in the later dungeons. There sure is a lot of dirt around here, don't you think? Yeah, he's boomerang proof. Take that. That'll solve you. Yeah, they got the steel choo-choos back again. And this puzzle. There's moving platforms, and I bet there's eyeball switches on the other end of this room. So I'm gonna get onto this platform, and I'm gonna shoot at these switches. You see, very simple puzzles in here, but there's a lot of them. And the dungeon's kind of convoluted, too. Well, if I didn't know any better, those things are going to come to life on me. And also, I need to clone myself. I wonder if my clone can use arrows like I can. Well, I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Alright, clone, arrow time! Nope, I can't use arrows while I'm cloned. Link's skills are halved whenever he clones himself. So, he doesn't know how to shoot an arrow. He doesn't even understand what an arrow is at that point. Until the guy gets decreated. Well, hopefully that results in something good. It's the compass! Now we know where the treasure chests are. And there's quite a few of them in here. Where are they? Yep, there's a whole bunch. There's one there. Really only 7 chests? I thought they would have like tons of them. Oh well. Maybe I'm remembering things wrong. Now we have to solve this eyeball puzzle. Come on, platform, a little quicker. Thank you. And in my impatience, I just fall right off the platform. Way to go, Link. Alright, get over here. I'm not going to be impatient this time. I'm just going to wait for it. There we go. And more ropes! Send them into the abyss. The abyss of death. Also, these skulls are in my way. Lots of skulls in this dungeon. Why didn't they call it the Skull Dungeon, then? Oh, I forgot. I'm not supposed to let go of that. Alright, let's try that again. Charging is really, really slow. And before you get testy and try to push that block in the other direction, push this block too. We're gonna have to change our configuration around now. Not many clone puzzles in the beginning. This is like the first major iteration of using clones to solve puzzles in a dungeon. We're gonna see more complex ones later. I wonder what this switch does. Hey, Key, where are you going? Oh, that's where he's going. No, it was just your imagination. Hold on while I get this key. I like how in this game you actually see the bottom floor. Whereas in Link's Awakening and earlier games, you just saw things that were different, pretty much. Now we're done with that section for right now. Now we can head to the middle. Of course, there's more chests, skulls with goodies in them. Skulls sit above your chest. It's some random enemy, in case you wanted to know. Also, if you hit bones with a sword, they should snap immediately. These guys have Wolverine bones or something. But then they would be invincible, and I won't be able to defeat them as easy. Maybe I should stop arguing semantics before people get ideas and make skeletons harder to defeat. Yep, these guys again. And here's my slow bow shooting in action again. Shoot faster, Link! You really need some crossbow training. Did you see what I did there? Yeah, that game was terrible. Now we got the dungeon map. And we have 2 locked doors. Right here. Gee, I wonder what would happen if you picked the wrong door. There's probably another key behind it, but if you really want to progress smoothly, go with the left door. The right door we'll be going to later. Especially since we have this in the way now. Yeah, you're probably going to end up doing some weird backtracking if you take the right door, because we need the dungeon item to do most of the stuff going on over there. Oh, right, eyeballs. And a wall master, or floor master. I've heard them being called both, but I remember the floor masters drop from the floor above, and wall masters come out of the walls. And also do the Wind Waker variety of them, the ones that look very sketchy, like they're made out of silly string. I kind of like that design. That's one of the things I did like about Wind Waker. Didn't like Puppet Ganon too much, though. Spoiler, there's a Puppet Ganon. And this guy... Wow, he did damage. Do not fart around with Red Darknut. He will cut you wide open. Oh, okay, I guess I had damage before. I thought he did like 4 hearts to me. You know what? I'm tired of this. Bombs for you. I hope you enjoy bombs in your day. You could hit him with it, and you could probably stun the guy with it. For some reason, it didn't stun him. You kind of just throw it, and he'll get stunned, and then you can slash him up a whole bunch. It didn't seem to work that way. I guess because the bomb did its own explosion damage. That was just rude. I hate that. Simple puzzle, and I lose like 2.5 hearts to it. It's a good thing I grabbed that fairy then, didn't I? Well, maybe there's some more sparks around. Or more of those. Now, there's supposed to be 2 skulls, right here and right here, that dictate that you have to put a bomb right there. For God knows what reason, I didn't get the skulls. But I've seen screenshots with the skulls there. It's weird. It was very strange to me. But yeah, that's what you do. You bomb this wall, and you could get the dungeon item. The mole mitts! Now we can dig through walls. And these also handle those weird overworld walls too. So lots of secrets coming up ahead. Including that 100 rupee thing. And another fusion side quest that we should do to get a bottle. It's going to require us using these mole mitts. But we're done with this area for now. And it's 18 minutes, so I'm going to have to hang it up here. Right after I get some treasure. Oh, really? I could have used the Darknut teleport to get back here. Oh well. One last thing I am going to do is I'm going to dig over in this direction. And to the far left, because there's secrets. They're hiding them. You could barely see this one. 50 rupees. And on the other end is some shells, too. So we're going to have to work for it. And we're going to be going that way next. So, I hope you're ready for some digging. We're going to be imitating, or doing our best imitation of a mole man in the next video. Good night, folks.